Hi, thank you for joining us at World Leisure Holidays for our training on Siyam Olhuveli. I just want to go through some of the benefits of booking with World Leisure Holidays. Um, so a lot of our agents do know that we offer a best rate guarantee. So if your client does find one of our quotes cheaper online or somewhere else, please bring us the quote and we will match that quote to make sure that you guys keep the booking. With Sun Life and Veranda bookings, we offer a rate of exchange lock, which means that if once your client pays the booking, we will lock the rate of exchange so that when your clients come to pay the final amount, there's no nasty surprises. They pay the price that was originally quoted. We have a Corals incentive for all of our agents. If you need more details about that, please contact your sales executive and they will give you more details about that. And then World Leisure Holidays also covers Mauritius, Maldives, Zanzibar, Seychelles, Reunion, and Mozambique. And our newest destination is Madagascar. But onto the Maldives for all of you. And we are going to Siyam Olhuveli in the Maldives. So Siyam Olhuveli is about 45 minutes away from the main island, Mali. So clients will fly into the airport Valana at on the island of Mali, and they will be then met by a Siyam representative at the Siyam desk at the airport. They will then be directed to the jetty where the speedboat will depart from, and that's about 45 minutes away. So a 45-minute speedboat ride to Olhuveli will take them to a four-star deluxe property. Because it is a speedboat, it also becomes quite a good value for money proposition for clients who are looking for a holiday in the Maldives. Sun Siyam is actually one of the biggest resort islands. It's not the biggest, but it is one of the biggest. And it's actually made up of three different islands. So we've got Main Island, Dream Island, and Romance Island. And you'll see when we go through to the actual map of the island, that all three are connected, and in the middle of all of those three is actually a really nice lagoon. So even if the seas are a little bit choppy outside on the outskirts of the island, that lagoon remains really crystal clear and really calm. So even for kiddies who want to do a bit of water sports, it's actually an ideal place. If the lagoon and the sea is not their cup of tea, then we do have 6 large swimming pools on the island for families and a variety of dining options because each of the islands actually has some bars, some restaurants, and so on. So there really is a lot for your clients to actually do on Siyam Olhuveli. Okay, there you'll see what I mean about the three islands. So your biggest island here is your main island. You'll see then the water villas are situated on the right there of the main island and then on the top there as well. So there's a variety of accommodation. Plus they have then beach villas as well on main island. And then it is all connected by little bridges and pathways that the golf carts can actually use. And there you'll see there, this would be Dream Island. Again, accommodation over water and then on the beach as well. And then onto Romance Island. Romance Island is actually an adults only island. So Dream Island and Main Island are for couples, families, and so on. But Romance Island is a strictly adults only island. You'll again there see accommodation over water villas, and then they've got a variety of accommodation on the beach as well. And then as you can see there, each one has a selection of restaurants, bars. Each one has its own spa as well, and then a boathouse for the water sports on each island. So, although they're all connected, you can pretty much be self-sustained in one island if you don't actually really want to go to any of the other islands there. So onto the accommodation. So once you've checked in, you want to know where you're actually staying. So this is more this is predominantly my main island and dream island. This is the land accommodation, so we're not talking overwater accommodation. This is the beach accommodation, the beach villas. So we start there with the beach pavilion, which is the smallest of all of them. Then we go up to the sunset beach pavilion. So it's very similar, just on a different side of the island. And then we start getting a little bit bigger with our villas. Our Grand Beach villa with pool. So that means they would actually have their own private pool at their beach villa. Then you've got the Grand Beach Villa with pool as well, two-bedroom suite. So if you've got, especially if you've got a family, the adults want a little bit of privacy. They want to be separated from the kids. Two-bedroom option is actually quite a nice idea as well. And then you've got the really big one, which is the two-bedroom beach residence, and that actually includes a little kitchenette as well. So it is really nice for families if they want to have a little bit more space there as well. We've actually got Siyam Olhuveli have actually just built a whole lot of new beach villas as well. And the nice thing about it is it's steps away from a beautiful pool that runs in front of all of the villas there as well. The pool is actually 210 meters. I think originally it was supposed to be 190 meters, and then somebody else in the Maldives was building a really long pool like that as well on one of the other resorts. So Siam decided to make it 210 meters so that they could literally say that they had the longest pool in the Maldives. So yes, bigger and better at Siam as well. And then onto the water options, the water villa options. This is again on Main Island and Dream Island. So this is for families as well. We've got the water villa, which is our smallest one, going up to the deluxe water villa, all the way to the presidential water suite. Not all of them have their own pool. So the Grand Water Villa with pool is the one that has its own pool on the deck there. So if you are not if you don't even want to leave your water villa in order to go for a swim, you will have a little pool out on the deck of the Grand Water Villa with pool. And then onto the accommodation on Romance Island. So obviously these rooms are slightly smaller. There's less options here because it's specifically for couples. So we're not looking at any kiddies options. We've got the romantic beach villa with pool. So that is the one that is on the land on beach. And obviously it has its own private pool. And then romantic water villa with pool. So that again is over water, and it has its own pool there as well. So quite a nice option for couples who want something really romantic and really special for their holiday. And then to the extensive options for restaurants and bars. So I've actually divided it into the three main islands because there really are, as you can see, a lot of options at San Siam Olhuveli. So restaurants, we start with main island. Each island actually has its own buffet style restaurant. So that's your main restaurant where you have your buffet stations, your live cooking stations, and that is where you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well. So that is the main buffet restaurant, and there's one on each island. And then we go through to some of the other a la carte islands, restaurants. San Siam Orchard is a very nice option for Thai cuisine. Island Pizza, a lovely pizzeria on the beach. And then we've got a Doni bar, which is actually the only adults bar on Main or Dream Island. So obviously the restaurants on Romance Island are strictly adults only, but we do have an adult only option on the main island as well, which is Doni bar. Quite a nice option because it has got an infinity pool there as well. So really nice space for adults to enjoy a few cocktails and the sunset there as well. And then onto the restaurants and bars on Dream Island. Malfait is your buffet style restaurant. So this is the one that is the main buffet restaurant. And then you go through to your a la carte options, the Maheb Grill, the Crust and Flame, and then Dream Bar, the Olive, and the Milano, which is a really nice, very upmarket Italian specialty restaurant. Guests must book for that because it is a little bit smaller, but it is very, very, very special for your guests to enjoy something like that. Okay, and then over to Romance Island. Romance Island is actually the smallest of the options, so there's fewer restaurants and bars here. And the restaurant is actually the International Buffet restaurant, so that is the main one. And then we go through to our a la carte options. Just make your clients aware that restaurants like teppanyaki, which is the Japanese cuisine, is actually not included on the all-inclusive, and neither is Tia's Coffee Shop. But we do specify that when we send you the details on the fact sheets as well. And obviously, all of these are adults only restaurants and bars here. Obviously, we've got some different dining experiences as well. So this is really only limited to your client's imagination. So whether it's a couple or a group or a smaller family group who are doing something really special for a special occasion, like a birthday or an anniversary or something like that, let us know because we can go through to Siyam Olhuveli and ask them if there's different options. Because obviously we can do in-villa dining. So especially if your guests have a nice two bedroom villa, they can actually do a dining a dinner inside their villa. We've also got a floating platform that is in the lagoon. So, as I said, the lagoon is very calm, very serene, very protected. So, they've actually created a floating platform for a dinner experience there. Something really nice and romantic for your clients who are looking for something special. Maybe it's an anniversary or a honeymoon, or simply an engagement. Well, not simply an engagement, but something really special like an engagement as well. So please let us know if your clients have any of those requirements. Also for groups, because the island is quite big, and there's actually three separate islands. There's a lot of options for private dinners on the beach, near to the restaurants, or different locations for groups to actually have something really special and a little bit different as well there. And then onto the activities. So once we've had a good sleep and a good meal, we want to actually go and do something. So Main Island and Dream Island, for those two, we've got six main pools, which covers Main Island and Dream Island. We've got five children's pools, so those are fairly safe for the kiddies. And then obviously there's room service, there's babysitting services across the island for guests who have babies as well. We've got two water sports centres. So we've got one on Main Island and one on Dream Island. Same with the gyms, one on Main Island, one on Dream Island. They've got tennis courts, they've got volleyball, there's billiards, two spas as well, so one spa on each island. And then because this is the kids side, we do have a kids club, and then obviously some shops where your guests can buy a few souvenirs. On Romance Island, we've got two main pools, being a smaller island there. Again, room service, all of the necessary facilities there as well. Its own water sports center as well, gym, and then table tennis and tennis courts. One spa as well, a little bit of a smaller spa, but very romantic, very relaxed there. And then a little shop as well. So just a bit more information about the spa, but because that is something that is quite special, and you want your clients to experience something like that. There is one of them that is actually an overwater spa, which is on Dream Island, and it really is absolutely spectacular because your clients can lie there on the massage bed. There's actually a window in the floor underneath the massage bed, and while your clients are busy having a massage massage, they can actually see the water underneath that's actually going underneath the water villa and watch the fish go under, even a small little baby sharks. They've got very tiny sharks there that are not at all dangerous that actually like to swim in between the villas and the underwater, the overwater villas there. So a really nice experience for your clients to have something a little bit different as a spa. And then obviously there is the one of the biggest things in the Maldives is the snorkeling and the diving as well. Something that your clients, even if you not a particularly strong swimmer, that your clients can actually enjoy as well. Siyam Olhuveli is actually situated in a region that is quite close to a manta ray feeding grounds. So what they actually do is at the end of one of the piers, it's actually on Main Island by the main buffet restaurant, they have a light that they switch on at night and it actually shines into the ocean. And from there, it actually attracts the sea life there, and then the mantas come there because they're simply looking for some dinner as well. So it's really, I mean, we spent I think about 20 minutes just staring at the manta rays in the ocean because you can see them very clearly with the ocean lit up there, and they were just really chilling around there, eating the foods, the sea life there, and it really is quite an experience. But your clients can also experience the manta rays with a snorkeling or diving experience as well. So it really is, it's an awesome place to go and see something really different. But apart from the manta rays, there's also um, nurse sharks. They can sort of snorkel and dive with the nurse sharks. But there's also a beautiful reef at Siyam Olhuveli as well, that your clients can enjoy some snorkeling right there at Siyam Olhuveli. Siyam, again, like we said with Siyam, bigger and better. Olhuveli likes to be known as the best water sports center in the Maldives, and they've got a lot of instructors on hand to help your clients fuel that adrenaline buzz that they might have with either some kite surfing, parasailing, a little bit of windsurfing, and then one of the newest experiences they've actually got, you'll see there that is actually a jet ski that goes on water. It looks like a vintage car, but it is actually a jet ski. I think they got it in about October or November last year, so it's quite a new experience for the clients there as well. So it's actually a jet ski. It takes a couple of people, sort of 3 or 4 people, and they can go on water in what looks like a vintage car. So something really really different and really exciting. And then, as I said, snorkeling, diving, that is certainly an option for all of your clients there. Siyam Olhuveli has a beautiful house reef there. So if your clients don't necessarily want to leave and go on a snorkeling expedition or snorkeling experience, they can actually do it right from the island there as well. And it really is, it's a beautiful experience. When we went, I think we snorkeled for about half an hour. And we actually did see some turtles apart from the beautiful fish. We actually did see some turtles there as well. So it really is something that your clients can experience there for themselves. And then obviously we have the option of the all-inclusive. So Siyam, what they've done is they've decided to have over all of their resorts a 24-hour all-inclusive package, which means that your guests can dine, have snacks, and enjoy the drinks in the bars 24 hours a day. So apart from the mini bars in their rooms, which are replenished once a day, there's always a selection of cocktails, wines, beers, cool drinks, and so on for your guests to enjoy throughout the evening as well. Then obviously included in the all-inclusive breakfast, lunch. They've got a selection of the buffet restaurants and 4 a la carte restaurants for lunch. And then they have afternoon tea as well in case your guests are still hungry. And then there's the dine around option for dinner from the buffet restaurants to the a la carte restaurants as well. As I said, just be careful and remind your clients that certain things like the seafood, the mahib grill, is at a 50% supplement, and then the teppanyaki and the coffee shop is actually not included in the all-inclusive. But what they've done with in the Maldives is they've actually included some options in the all-inclusive that are not centered around the eating and the drinking as well. So they've included some non-motorized water sports. So for an hour a day per person, your clients can enjoy the kayaks, the stand-up paddles, and obviously the instructors will take them through how to use all of those that equipment. Then there's also a 20% discount on all the motorized water sports. So if your clients want to enjoy the banana boats, or they want to try their luck with the jet skis, then they can always do that at a 20% discount there. And then they've included one excursion for your guests during their stay. So they can either do a sunset cruise or a local island experience where they will be taken to one of the local islands and they will get to experience the local island, or the sunset cruise, which we were lucky enough to do the sunset cruise, and we had dolphins visit while we were on the cruise. So it really is a beautiful option. That picture, in fact, is one of the ones that we took. One of the ladies on our trip was sitting there, and that is the sunset from the cruise that we actually experienced. And then there is a $50 per adult credit at the spa. So if your clients do want to experience the spa, have something a little bit special, $50 will go a long way to do that. Then for your clients, there's the complimentary snorkeling equipment, from the masks to the fin. And then for the clients who want to go diving, there is a complimentary orientation, but that's for divers, obviously, who are already certified. And then there's a $50 credit per adult for the diving activities as well. Just a short video just to get a bit of a feel. Yeah, so for our agents who want to do a little bit more training on any of our other destinations or any of our other resorts, we've created a YouTube channel called World Leisure Holidays Travel Trade Training. All the trainings that we do on Friday and trainings we've done in the past are loaded onto the channel. So if you want to get a little bit more information about any of our other destinations or any of the resorts in any of the destinations, please feel free to access those and learn a little bit more from the YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us today. And if you have any questions, please let your sales executive know or contact our reservations team, and they'll be happy to answer any of your questions.